When I went to South Africa a few years back, visiting the townships and the shanty towns, seeing people using outdoor toilets like many of us did before 1960, I was horrified, and I declared I could lay plumbing pipes all over Africa. Willie Middleton Sr. Hello, social media. It's Stephen Middleton coming to you from the Possibility Action Network. Our mantra is, I am, I can, and I will. I am Possibility Man. Our February feature is on entrepreneurship, great moments in business. Today, the spotlight is on Willie Middleton Sr. But first, an announcement. I share information with professionals and business-minded individuals about a category creator, breakthrough technology that turns on your body's ability to heal itself, improve athletic performance, and reverse aging at the cellular level. Many doctors and health professionals consider it to be more important than the discovery of DNA. To learn about this technology, call my information line at 803-339-1101 or send me a Facebook friend request and a personal message. Willie Middleton Sr. and his wife Sandra live in an opulent neighborhood in Fayetteville, Georgia. They're humble individuals and would never admit to this, but everyone who knows them well would agree that they are a power couple, a force to be reckoned with in the Greater Atlanta Metropolitan area. Their firstborn is married to Todd Thomas, the celebrated rapper and founder of the musical group Arrested Development. If Thomas's name doesn't ring a bell, perhaps this jingle will help. Todd is best known as Speech, and one of the group's biggest hits goes like this. I am everyday people. His in-laws, Willie and Sandra, would consider themselves to be everyday people, but they have significant influence in their circle. Their granddaughter, Willie and Sandra's, goes by the name Zoe Renee. She is an actress and has been in TV series and in the movies. Their second-born is a contractor who remodels houses in Greater Atlanta. In 2005, Black Enterprise magazine featured him for the work he did as a subcontractor on major building projects in Georgia. Willie Jr. also has an impressive portfolio of successful remodeling projects undertaken by his company. Their third-born manages the office of her husband, a plumber trained by his father-in-law, Willie. She also handles many of the logistics matters for her business-oriented family. But Willie Middleton Sr. did not grow up in an upper-middle-class family. His life started in rural Cross, South Carolina. It was a rough time for my family and me, he said, because my parents separated when I was a child. Willie was the oldest of 3 children, so his mother sent him to live with his aunt. I got hand-me-down clothing back then, he chuckles now. I wasn't able to start the first grade because I didn't have any shoes to wear. Working in the fields of crossed bare feet was his lot in life until he was 8 years old. He was never hungry, he said, but for many years he thought a good meal included neck bones and pig feet and rice and beans. Hearty meals, but the fare of most people in the poverty-ridden community of Cross at the time. After 2 years of separation, his mother came for him and he relocated to North Charleston. Living in Charleston was his first experience with indoor plumbing on a day-to-day basis. When I went to school, I was far, far behind, Willie said. I had to go to summer school to catch up. I was a great student in elementary school, he says proudly, but I had not been exposed to a formal educational curriculum until now. His educational prowess continued to blossom, his reasoning capacity, his innate wisdom, his language skills. I played the tenor saxophone in the high school band, he said. I was a good enough player that my band instructor suggested that I could play at the next level, college. She helped me with the application, and I was offered a partial scholarship to attend the University of Buffalo in New York. But without any supplemental funds, he did not see how he could support himself in college at the time. But he was smart enough to know that he needed a vocational skill, a skill to take into the world of work. He did not want to work as a general laborer his entire life. Thus, without any prompting, Willie enrolled in a vocational school where he earned a certificate in welding. Armed with his sheepskin, he landed a good job with a company that made helicopter engines. Willie was now positioned to marry his high school sweetheart, Sandra, and take care of a family. He felt secure at work until the Vietnam War started winding down, he said. His employer started laying off workers. He began to learn firsthand how having a job offered only limited security. He started looking for work elsewhere and landed a dream job at General Electric. GE made turbine generators for power plants. The benefits at GE were better than his former employer. The money was right too, Willie said, but he still felt insecure about having a job. He had a lived experience of how employees could be laid off or transferred at any time. But for now, things were good for him and his family, thanks to General Electric. Willie had a defining moment when he hired a plumber to fix a waterline at home. The man worked for approximately 20 minutes and gave Willie an invoice for a lot of money. I could not believe what was on the invoice, he said. It took me a whole day to earn that kind of money. I immediately thought of becoming a plumber. After all, plumbing required some welding skills, and he was already a competent welder. Willie believed he could do this, so he returned to trade school at night to study the craft of plumbing. Willie had found his calling. While others who started plumbing school with him dropped out, I loved it, he said. By the time he completed his course, he knew how to lay pipes in a house from start to finish. But he didn't dare leave General Electric to work full-time for himself as a plumber. But destiny stepped in. One of his co-workers was building a house, and Willie put in a bid and won the job. I was a little nervous about taking a plumbing job so soon after graduating from vocational school, he said. But once the project was over, everything flowed right when we tested the house. I had done a great job. He was hooked for the rest of his professional career. The homeowner started telling others about Willie's services. Willie also took out an ad in the Yellow Pages to get more business, but he still didn't want to quit his job at General Electric. But destiny stepped in again. I got laid off from General Electric, he said, but my business was in place, and I launched WM Plumbing. My company slogan was the initials of excellence. Destiny stepped in again when his wife was offered a promotion and an opportunity to move to Georgia. Her husband had a new portable business, Willie said. They could relocate in confidence. But he still lacked the courage of going into business full-time. As a skilled plumber, he landed a job with a big company and continued to work his business part-time. I've always had a 12-hour-a-day job, Willie said, working for a salary and working my business after hours. He eventually built up enough confidence to go out on his own after taking the Master Plumbing exam in Georgia. The 80-question test had to be completed in 7 hours or less and required a minimum score of 70 to pass. His educational background had equipped him well for the challenge. But I studied like crazy, he said, and scored an 84 on the test. I exceeded my expectations, Willie said. Willie knew he was ready and launched a business that still survives to this day. He trained his son-in-law, and he is in full control of the business. Willie has mentored plumbers in several southern states, and he's always just a telephone call away as a consultant. Today, at age 73, he still loves plumbing and occasionally goes into the field to help the guys. Willie Middleton Sr. is a true entrepreneur. Whenever someone suggests that he's rich, he scoffs at it, of course. No way. As modest as he is, he would admit that he and Sandra are comfortable. But his legacy goes beyond, can be understood in another way. His granddaughter, Zoe Renee, says it best. Everyone in my immediate family is an entrepreneur, she said. So after high school, I went into acting with the attitude that I will work for myself, just as my dad, my granddad, and the rest of my immediate family. Willie holds a place of honor in the Greater Atlanta area. He is an elder in his church, and he and Sandra are mentors to many people, especially married couples. I'm Stephen Middleton, and I'm with the Possibility Action Network. Our mantra is, I am, I can, I will, and I am Possibility Man. We care about individuals achieving optimal physical health. We care about individuals experiencing emotional wellness. And we care about individuals experiencing financial fitness. If these subjects are of interest to you, reach out to us. We have the tools to help you reach your goals. Until next time, I'm signing off. Good day.